Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome. Last week I left you with a question, and today I want us to go deeper with that question. So today's is who told you that? That's the question we are going to ask and we are going to go through. This is about breaking free from labels that have shaped our lives. So hello and welcome. Welcome to the Unstoppable Life. This is a safe space, a space where we will reflect, revitalize, and renew. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Verna Haywood, and I want to thank you for inviting me into your home and for joining us today. This program, as I mentioned, is safe. I want to create a safe space for you and for us to have a conversation, a place to pause, take a deep breath. And as I say that, I just want you to take a moment and take a deep breath. Just take a deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Take another deep breath through your nose and exhale through your mouth. One more time. Take a deep breath and hold it for about 2 seconds. And exhale. Can you feel that calmness? Can you feel how you feel more at peace? And that's what we want to create. We want to create that safe space so that you can be in that mode of receive, so you can receive. So I want you to come with a heart to receive. But each week we will journey, we'll take a journey together on these 3 principles. They are simple, but yet powerful. Reflect, revitalize, and renew. And the reason we're going to do that is because I personally believe that transformation begins when truth becomes stronger than the labels we have been carrying. Stronger when truth becomes more than the labels have been carrying. Because we spoke about in last week's question, I asked you, what labels you carry? What fear? What belief that you have been carrying that God never intended for you to carry? And so today, I'm asking you another question, which I hope you remember as I started. And the question is, who told you so? That question didn't begin with me. It began with God. When God asked Adam, who told him so in the garden? Because Adam and Eve never knew that they were naked. Just as you wasn't born with any labels. So whose voices are you listening to? What are those voices saying to you? So if we were to go back to the Garden of Eden and we realize that Adam and Eve, they were just having fun in the garden, talking to God, having conversations, and unaware of anything that is happening, unaware that they are naked. They feel fully clothed because they are with their father having a conversation. So for the first time, very first time, when God was looking for them, couldn't find them. He said, "Where are you? I'm hungry. I'm naked." And who told you you were naked? So who told you that you're not good enough? Who told you you're not worthy? Who told you you would never make it? Who told you whatever? Negative. And are you listening to those voices? Because why? Adam listened to the voice that said to him, "Take it and eat it." See, not everything we have to put in our mouth. Not everything we have to believe what someone says. Or we tend to say the enemy. So who is our enemy? For me, my enemy is stress. My enemy is unbelief. My enemy is holding on to unforgiveness, holding on to hate, holding on to grudges. Those are our enemies that stop us from moving forward. So again, whose voice are you listening to? Because we have to determine the voices. What voices are we hearing? What voices are we listening to? But if we listen with our heart, we will hear a different voice. So he had to ask the question, who told you that you was naked? Who told you? So I want you to take a moment. I want you to pause for a moment. And if you have a piece of paper next to you, I want you to write down who told you whatever. Who told you you were naked? Sorry, you were born naked and you were clothed. So who told you that you were not good enough? Who told you you would never make it? Who told you that you thinking too big? Who told you you were not enough? So just take a few minutes and just write it down. And I want you to sit with that for a moment and ask yourself, what did God say about you? What's God say? Because that's the voice you need to listen to. So I'm just going to give you a few seconds. But just think about it. And are you believing? Are you believing that? Are you believing what that person or persons said about you? Because I don't believe that God asked the questions because he needed information from Adam. He didn't ask him who told you so because he needed information. The moment he said that they were naked, he knew exactly what had happened. He knew they deviated from the instructions he gave them to. They decided to do their own thing. Now you have a decision to make. Are you going to listen to the voices that told you whatever you wrote on that piece of paper? Are you going to listen to that? Or are you going to listen to what God says about you? Because I am telling you, if I had listened to all the negative comments or all the negative things I said about me, or somebody who's saying that I didn't belong, I was a black sheep, I was illegitimate, I wasn't one of them, and countless other things. If I had continued to believe that, as a matter of fact, I remember looking at my skin when they said I was a black sheep. I thought, I know what a sheep look like, and I ain't one, and I ain't black. I'm chocolate. I know there are going to be comments, and please feel free. Okay? But what I consider black and what you consider black is two different things. And this is not, I'm not debating with anyone. That was my conclusion when I looked at my skin and I looked at what a black sheep is. No, Baba Black Sheep. Where's that song go? Baba Black Sheep. I'm really good. Yes, sir, through that food. So I did that in primary school. Sang nursery rhymes, so I knew what a black sheep looked like. And I wasn't black. I just looked at the person and I looked at my skin and I said, I'm chocolate. And when I said that, they had something else to say that will diminish me. And so I didn't say anything. But I continued to believe who I was and who I am and what God said about me. Because I have the Bible fed to me at a very young age. But yes, as I grew older, I departed from it. But those words stayed in my memory. And so I'm asking you to write another word. Whatever that person said about you and whatever they called you, do you have another word that you can use to combat what they have said? A word that God says about you. He said you are wonderful. He said you are worthy. He said you are good enough. He said, you are the apple of his eye. Now, you be the apple of his eye. I mean, I'm more than anything else. For me to be the apple of his eye. So you have got to combat it and have got to come with something else that will take away all these negative thoughts, that will take away anything that will easily beset you and stop you in your tracks. So don't listen to those other voices. Because those other voices wouldn't want to see you prosper. And prosperity is yours. Prosperity belongs to you. We need you prosperous. Is are we willing to walk in that prosperity? Are we willing to believe? Because you see, belief, one of the questions I ask, belief. What are you believing? What is your belief? Do you believe that you can make it? Do you believe that you can become the person who He has created you to be? I believe you can. I can. I am. And it's just taking one step at a time, putting one foot in front of the other. not not trying to do everything at the same time. I have been doing Tai Chi, and I'm always a bit faster than what they're showing because I think I have to go fast. No, if I slow down, I will do so much more, and it will be so much more effective. Slow down, slow down. You don't have to run that race. So, can I ask you that same question? Who told you so? Who told you you're not good enough? Who told you you'll never succeed? Because I was told I wouldn't amount to anything. But if I tell you my journey and where I am now, and if I can make it, you can too. If I can put the doubt out and take on who I am meant to be, you can too. So, who told you you were broken? Who told you you were broken? That's another thing. Who told you you were damaged goods? Because you might have gone through abuse, both sexual and domestic. You might have gone through some really bad trauma. But who told you? And they tell you, oh, that's damaged goods. Have you heard that before? I've heard it. Oh, that's damaged goods. You don't want to go there. She's damaged. Or he's damaged. You don't want to go there. Your past doesn't determine your future, only if you want it to determine your future. So sometimes we live with those voices for so long that they become part of us and they destroy us because we're living in the past. Let's try and move on and live in the future and keep moving on. Keep taking that one step after the other. You don't need 4 or 5 steps all at once, just one step after the other. So I understand what it feels like. I understand. As I step throughout my life, I have experienced different forms of abuse: childhood, sexual, domestic, loss of babies, my mom disappearing. I will keep telling you the story because I want you to get it. Whatever story you're telling yourself, you can overcome it. You can overcome it. Every one of those experiences try to place a label on my life. You're broken. You're weak. You're a victim. But over time, God showed me something beautiful. That those experiences explain part of my story. They never define me. They never define my identity because that's not my identity. So tell me, what's your identity? What is your identity? We are going to break. We're going to go into a break for a little while. And when we come back, we are going to reflect on those things. So what I want you to do in the meantime, I'd like you to do something simple. Something pure simple. I asked you before to write on a piece of paper. So during the break, just continue meditating on that. So we are going to go for a short break, and then we come back. We are going to go a little bit further.
What if many of the problems we associate with aging are not random? What if there are identifiable causes behind declining energy, chronic disease, and memory problems? We have been told that aging is simply something we must accept, that slowing down is normal, that growing older means growing weaker. But what if that's only part of the story? Why do some people remain active and engaged well into their later years? Why do others struggle with disease, fatigue, and declining health? What is happening beneath the surface? What processes drive aging? In Aging Sucks, researcher, educator, and author Red O'Loughlin explores what researchers have discovered about why we grow older. No medical degree required, no confusing jargon, just clear explanations of what researchers have discovered about the processes that influence aging. You cannot stop aging, but understanding its causes may help you make better decisions about your health, your future, and your quality of life. Because understanding comes before action. Action creates hope. Aging sucks. End the guesswork. There is hope.
Hello and welcome back. I hope you sat with that question and you have written some things down. You may not be able to tell me now, but you can feel free to let me know at some point. In that moment while you were reflecting on the answer and what you thought your answer would be, and as you sat with it, and I want you to continue to sit with it even after this program. Don't rush it. I want you to sit with it. I want you to meditate on it. And I want you to pray on it. Because that will give you the answer that you're looking for. Because I believe that you are unique. I believe that you are precious. You are a precious jewel. You could be a diamond. You could be a ruby. You may talk about that? He talks about diamonds and rubies, sapphire, and all those majestic things. You're a diamond. But you have to see yourself as a diamond. You have to see yourself as a ruby. You have to see yourself as sapphire. Until you see yourself as such, nobody else can see that. It has to emanate from you. It has to breathe life into it. If you don't breathe life into it, how else? So I'd like you to journal. Journal about it. What is coming to you right now? What is speaking to you right now? That's why we did the breathing before we started. Because I wanted you to get within yourself. Because healing often begins when we ask ourselves one honest question. An honest question. Just be honest with you. So one of the reasons why the Unstoppable Life was created is because I was given you unstoppable resilience. And I want you to know where to go and how to utilize them. And I went on a course and I was asked to tell my story. And I told my story. And I said, it's unstoppable resilience when I asked what would be the name of my podcast, because I wanted to create a podcast to share my story. And once the tutor heard, she said, no, Unstoppable Resilience is your program. The Unstoppable Life with Verna Haywood, who can keep a strong woman down. That's the name you call the business. The Unstoppable Life. And so I didn't immediately change my business name to the Unstoppable Life. Someone asked me that question yesterday. How did it come about? And I said how it came about. And I said I will change it with my accountant this year, a couple months ago. Because the unstoppable life is what we are called to live. We are unstoppable. But we only become unstoppable when we believe that, when we stand in our power. So unstoppable resilience, 3 powerful practices to take your power back. So when I wrote the book, Heal, Rise and Renew is a reflection of 3 powerful practices to take that power back. Body, mind, and spirit. So heal body. Okay? Rise and renew. Our spirit renews us. When we want to be renewed, we have to ask the Holy Spirit. We have to speak that into our being. And when we can do that, that becomes a powerful light and a change begin to happen. You know, I often say, I want to be a light on a hilltop, shining my light so that all could see, but not to bring glory to me, to bring glory to the one who has saved me, the one who died on Calvary for me, the one who shed his blood for me, so that I can use what I have been through and I have learned to help you to see the goodness that is in you, to see the jewel that you are. He said, little children are jewel. Yes, we are still his little children. We grew up, but we're still his little children. We are jewels. We are jewels. Once you can see how precious you are and the jewel that you are, you will start walking in that. And I want you to walk in that. So this program, this television program, it isn't one about a coaching session. It isn't about a book. Healing is a journey. We have to walk that journey. I walked that journey. There are many of you listening right now who would have walked that journey, and you still continue to walk that journey. I want to encourage you, but don't stop walking. You know, I was told, I had a brick wall in front of me, and I had to crush that brick wall so that I can become more open, so that I can share with you. Is there anything to be ashamed of? No, I'm not ashamed. I'm not ashamed of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm not ashamed of sharing my story, because his story, by sharing his story, I am here. By sharing another story, you are here. And you have a story to tell. So that's why I do what I do. I do what I do because it's a gift. It's a gift that I have been given. It's a gift that has been designed to support the whole person. So what I am doing, we are never meant to be one-dimensional. Remember, body, mind, and spirit. So when I work with anyone, I work on those premise: body, mind, and spirit. Everything is integrated, because if we don't work on the body, what can be the mind? Where does the spirit? So because of the gift that I have been given, I bring them all together. So whether I am doing a massage, or whether I am speaking to someone, or whatever the case might be, I always integrate the body, the mind, and the spirit. Some people will just work on the body, or they just work on one system. But because of who I am, I'm a guide. If you want healing, you says heal thyself. You can heal yourself, but you need a guide. You need somebody to guide you. You need somebody that you could lean on. You need somebody that understands, that is there for you. I remember when I was going to do my degree and I was told, no, I don't think my cousin-in-law said, Verna, I don't think that's what you should be doing. I think you should be doing counseling. Because I was crying because I went on holiday and a 3-year-old child got abused by an adult. And I was crying. She was like, why are you crying? You don't know these people. You see, when you've been through something, when something happened to someone, sorry, I'm filling up here. When something happened to someone, you feel it. You don't have to be, I don't have to go through your pain, but because I have been through pain, I can feel your pain. And because I can feel your pain, that makes me connected to you. That makes me be able to share with you what you are feeling and I am experiencing. It goes to a depth. And when it goes to that depth, and you can feel it. It's like if you bump yourself, and I'm around you, and you bump yourself, I feel that pain go through my body. It's as though I have bumped myself. So unstoppable resilience, the 3 practices to empower your mind, body, and spirit, to heal, rise, and renew. It's something that I integrate into everything. So, this book, Unstoppable Resilience, Heal, Rise, and Renew. There are quotes in here. There's exercises that you can do, reflect on. And there is also affirmation. And in each one, I talk to you about my journey. So, how are we going to work on that? What are we doing? And with that in mind, I just want you to take a moment and just realize who you are. So you can get the book and you can learn a lot about myself in there. But see you. It's about you. It's about you and how you can change your life. How you can adapt. Because when you can see yourself in someone else's story, you can go anywhere. So as you can see flashing across the screen, it's telling you what program I offer. It's telling you about the book. It's showing you the different links. So I want you to think about, when you think about yourself, when you think about what the difference you can make. Life is precious. You can take my courses if you choose to do so. Because I create, you know why? I create a safe space. As I said at the beginning, the Unstoppable Life is a safe space where you feel safe, where you feel it's okay to talk, it's okay to have a conversation. Because healing begins with one conversation, one honest conversation. But you have to be honest with yourself. When I did not know what to do, I had a conversation with myself. And then I got answers. And also, one of the key things you have to know, who are you surrounding yourself? Who are you surrounded by? Because I was surrounded by lots of different people. And I knew I had to separate myself. Yes, you're going to lose friends. Don't be afraid to lose friends. If they are your friend, they're going to stick to you. They're not going to lose them. If they are your true friends, you're not going to lose them. They will stick with you. But if they're not, if they're like, paper, crumple and throw away, or like tissue paper as a waterfall that it drizzle out, they're not your friends. So don't be afraid. Because you know why? When you let go, letting go is one of the hardest things. When you let go, when you let go, my goodness, you just see things start pouring, things begin to change. And like thinking, where does all these people come from? It's God. He's bringing the right people around you, the right people to be in your circle. So don't be afraid. Let go. Let go and let God. Because you have something wonderful ahead. So, who told you so? Who told you so? And as I said, it began with God in Genesis. So you can go read it and ask yourself that question. So I just want to take this moment to say thank you. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Who Told You So? Because we're going to carry on with a series. Because I want you to get it. I want you to understand. I want you to find that healing. Find that safe space. If you feel touched by this conversation today, feel touched, if there is anything that was said that you felt, yes, and you can say yes to, I'm here. You can contact me. You can visit my website, and you can have an appointment. And I'm also contactable on my website. Or on LinkedIn, any of those places you can contact me. I would love to have a conversation with you, but only if you feel led to. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to waste my time. You can only get healing when you are ready for healing. I can't make you. Nobody can. It's one of the things I had to do when I became sick. I had to find ways of healing. I just want to take this moment and say thank you for being with me today. And I look forward to you being with me next week. Thank you.
Every day, we wake up knowing what we should do. We know we should take better care of ourselves. We know we should have the difficult conversation. We know we should stop making excuses. We know we should invest in our future. We also know we should take the first step. So why don't we? It's not because we aren't smart enough. It's not because we don't have enough information. And it's certainly not because we don't care. We live in a world overflowing with knowledge. Books, podcasts, videos, courses, experts, even artificial intelligence. We have more access to information than any generation before us. Yet so many of us are still waiting for the right time, waiting to feel ready, waiting until tomorrow. But tomorrow becomes next week becomes next year, and before you know it, another opportunity has passed us by. The truth is, knowing has never been the finish line. It's only the starting line. Our lives don't change because we know more. Our businesses don't grow because we know more. Our relationships don't improve because we know more. And our health doesn't transform because we know more. Everything changes when we act. When we choose courage over comfort, progress over perfection, action over intention. The question isn't, what else do we need to know? The question is, what are we going to do with what we already know? Stop. Why Knowing Isn't Enough by Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Because knowing opens the door. Action changes your life. Available September 2026.
Every great story begins with a vision. At USA Global TV and Radio for years, we've been providing world-class education, entertainment, inspiration, imagination, connections, and hope. Most people don't stay to watch the outro or the credits, but it's the people behind every success, behind every breakthrough, and behind every unforgettable story who matter. The TV show hosts, our guests, our sponsors, our publicists, our production team, our distribution team, our search engine optimization team, and so many more. You're the ones who make the difference. Every great story belongs to the people who bring it to life. Our future looks bright at USA Global TV and Radio, and that's because of you, our loyal fan base all around the world in more than 60 countries. Together, we're making a difference because you matter. USA Global TV and Radio, live streaming to over 60 countries. Voiceover, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Video production and direction, Paul Garcia. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV and Radio on YouTube.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USAGlobalTV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.